Hello, you're welcome to ABC News Highlights. My name is Golda Abatai.
And my name is Nana Kwame Brobe.
As usual, we're bringing you happenings in the country.
And we'll waste no time and we'll get into our first story. So, NPP flag bearer aspirant Honorable Kennedy Ejapong has said that due to disciplinary issues in this country and the lack of thereof, all university graduates and national service personnel will have to undergo a 6 month military training to instill in them and build some stronger sense of discipline.
There is no other way to instill discipline in people than the military.
Somebody else raised this very important question and even cited the last military and Ashaman incident and saying that political pundits sat on TV and called that not very disciplined of them and even inappropriate. So a military training is not an automatic bestowment of discipline into people's onto people. And also he did say national service persons and university graduates. So what happens to people that finished education at their senior high school level
or even basic people who don't even have
education? What happens? And there is quite a number of or a rising percentage of illiteracy in this country. So those people don't deserve this discipline instillment.
Well, as we're speaking, I'm sure that he will hear people's opinions and hopefully he gives us a proper explanation of how he plans to, instill the discipline through the military. Maybe there are other options for people who, don't complete and university. And on to our second story for the day. So MP for, Pram Ningo Pram from St. George, he has something to say. He has something to say concerning Alan Kyerematen in the midst of, him quitting from the flag bearer race, the party. He's been on interviews a lot. He said quite a number of things, given policies, what he believes we deserve now as a nation. He says, Alan Kyerematen is one of the contributing factors to the current state of the affairs in the country. So no matter what symbol is used, whether it is the destructive elephant or the poisonous butterfly, the value is the same. So he's comparing him and then the current government. He says no matter the symbol he uses, they are the same.
He's not the only person looking for clarity when it comes to Mr. Alan Kyerematen taking any form of responsibility in whatever collectively got us here as a government. Speaking to Bella Mundi in an interview, he did say the reason why he didn't come out to speak of the woes that were happening in the government and in the party was because he's a high-level party member. And so he couldn't just come out and just start speaking about what was going on.
Hopefully this analogy works. So say you're a parent who's given birth to a child. If the child is going wayward, they're doing something wrong, you don't correct them, you don't discipline them, you just let the child destruct.
No, he did say the party first, I guess.
So think of the party as his baby. It means a lot. Otherwise, he wouldn't have put in what he put in, right?
Well, so what he did was good for the party, but people are asking, was it good for the nation?
That is a great question. And he said something else that I would really be happy if he took the time to elaborate on. He said he didn't have the necessary resources to execute his responsibilities as the Minister of Trade and Industry. What does that mean?
For about 6 years, if you had these sentiments, we would like to know if they were ever shared to the appropriate people, to the Guardian public, because now it looks like you are saying quite a lot of things to be able to detach yourself from whatever you claim got the country to where it is at the moment. But regardless of whatever you say, for 6 years, for about 6 years, you were part of this government.
I really want to know what he means by he didn't have the necessary resources. So what, when he becomes president, he will have the resources? What's happening?
Well, we will need more clarity, and I say, as he's still speaking, we should get some clarity as time goes on.
On to our last story for the day. So WAEC threatens to delay marking of BEC WASSCE over unpaid 33 million Ghana cedis. Now, the West African Examination Council has raised concerns over unpaid dues amounting to 33 million, which potentially jeopardizes the marking of the recently concluded BECE and West African Senior School Certificate examination. So, ranking member of the Education Committee in Parliament, Peter Nuchu, said the financial crisis could disrupt the release of exam results and severely impact WAEC's operations. talking to the media, he emphasized that the Ghanaian government's failure to allocate timely funds to WAEC over the past 3 years has reached a critical juncture. So I think this is something that needs a lot of attention.
I
It
believe
needs
so.
a solution, because if you don't pay them, they don't mark. Those who are waiting to go to school can't go to school. Those who are here to write cannot write. If they don't go to school, how do they get jobs? What happens? And the people who also work deserve a living.
Well, within the same 3 years, as said by him, we've seen GES and other people complain that officials of WAEC being underpaid is one reason why there's a lot of corruption and bribery in that sector, and that parents and students are paying for better grades. And so now it looks like it's just not being underpaid. There's a debt that needs to be, they're not even being paid at all.
Yes.
And that is bad. It won't only stop all these things I've mentioned, but if Honorable Kenny Agyapong happens to be president, it will also stop his policy of making sure that people will go into the 6 months military. If you don't get your results, you won't go to the university and you won't graduate and have to go to 6 months military training.
Nana, you're really concerned about the 6 months military
I am. I mean, national service ends tomorrow.
It does.
Batch after batch, mine batch, the batch after mine, everybody complains in late allowances. So I'm just thinking, imagine you've not been paid for 3 months and you have to match. And because it's military, we have to instill discipline in you. That's all I'm thinking about, people.
This has been ABC Highlights. My name is Golda Abatai.
And my name is Nana Kwame Brobe.
For more details, please visit abcnewsgh.com. Our social media handles, abcnewsgh_.
See you.